Welcome to ComSpark. Today we're in Columbus, Ohio. My name is Steve Gruetter. I'm on the Executive Host Committee for ComSpark, and I'm your guest moderator today. Today we are here with Mark Smith. He is the Chief Operating Officer for the Office of Information Technology for the great state of Ohio. Mark, thanks for joining us today.
Great to be here.
Absolutely. So the DeWine-Husted administration has placed a heavy emphasis, heavy focus on innovation and of course Innovate Ohio. Can you give us more detail on that?
Sure. So, in particular, the way it's impacted my organization is they did an executive order very early in the administration, had 5 key points, and the fifth piece was basically directing the executive branch to complete their migration into the state's data center. So, previously, we had several places where agencies did their IT operations, and so we've got a few agencies left to complete. And basically, the intent there is to leverage that resource, the state's computer center, make sure we maximize the leveraging of that asset, as well as putting us in a position to really move forward from there. And so the first part of this effort is to complete migration to the data center, consolidation in that regard. That will then put us in a strong position as we come with new innovative identity or opportunities to leverage that asset. We'll be able to move collectively as a state going forward.
We learned a little bit earlier on some of the other interviews that we've conducted about some of the great ideas coming out of Innovate Ohio. Is there any that you could give me that are going to be, that the State of Ohio Computer Center is going to be directly involved in?
Sure. A big piece is going to be the public cloud. So the large providers, at some point, the way we approach the data center is going to be overcome by those large public providers. So how we map out that future is part of the prior thing we talked about, is completing the data center migration, being in a position, and then thinking about collectively, how do we then move forward into those public clouds as a state to maximize the opportunities we have there, as well as what needs to be on-prem.
So Mark, let's learn a little bit about the Cloud Center of Excellence at the state.
Sure. So those public cloud providers that we talked about are going to create a lot of pressure on the state, the data center, the agencies, our applications, to really embrace those. So one of the things our state CIO, Irvin Rogers, has done is partnered with the Innovate Ohio team to put together a plan of attack on how the state is going to engage in the smartest way possible with those public cloud providers. So we've put together a Cloud Center of Excellence, which is really a partnership with the Innovate Ohio at Lieutenant Governor's office in collaboration with the administration as a whole. Our agency, DAS, as a service provider, and then with each of those agencies. And the intent of that Cloud Center of Excellence is maximize the way we leverage those public cloud providers. We move in a smart way from our on-premise data center, and our applications grow and evolve to leverage some of the web technologies or the cloud technologies that are out there.
Makes plenty of sense. Quite a bit on your plate right there between the consolidation and the Center of Excellence and how the technology in the cloud is changing as quickly as it is. Question for you, what's been the biggest surprise for you as you moved into this role?
I think the thing that's been surprising and actually very exciting is the degree of focus that the DeWine-Husted administration has. The state data center has been out there for almost 30 years, and when they signed the executive order, the governor's office, Governor DeWine's team said, hey, we want to hold a cabinet meeting out there. So we basically transformed the cafeteria at the state data center into a cabinet room. And we had all the members of the cabinet on hand, all the agency CIOs. And it really put a very strong emphasis that technology is a key part of how we're going to innovate. And it's a key part how this administration is going to deliver on what the people ask them to do. And from an IT person's perspective, having that level of executive support is overwhelming. And so it's really invigorated us. It's driven how we're approaching whether it be the administration's goals as a whole, the Innovate Ohio initiative. It's exciting times to be IT at the state with that level of executive sponsorship.
The buy-in's been tremendous, and I do know that Irvin's putting together a very dynamic team.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mark, for joining us today. For more information about ComSpark and the Tech Power Players event on November 12th, please visit us at comspark.tech. Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you.